What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here. What is going on, honey, with the sun in the girl's face? It's so bright. So it's Friday. What are we down here to talk about? I have two things to talk about today. We have to talk about New Jersey Housewives, and we have trending topics. So let's see what we are going to talk about first. I don't know quite yet. Let me see. I'm trying to find a place to park here. Okay, alrighty. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about New Jersey Housewives. I was actually surprised that it was the season finale. I was like, what? You know, they're like, now on the season finale of Real Housewives of New Jersey. I was like, girl, what the hell? Isn't it like episode 14? How many episodes have we done, y'all? Because I'm like, Real Housewives of New Jersey. Hold on. I'm like, wait a minute. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I was trying to, yes, Diva, I'm recording a video. Yes, I am, Diva. Okay, so let me see. Real Housewives of New Jersey. Shout out to Diva. Episode 13. So they only going to the 13th episode. Okay. And it actually was a better season than the other Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, I mean, if you could do it in 13 episodes and do it in like, what is it, 3/4 of a real season, then how much? Yeah, it's like, usually the seasons are about 22 episodes, right? Is my math right? Y'all let me know, you mathematicians out there, you mathletes out there, you let me know. But it was a good season. It was really good. I feel like we do have some loose ends to tie up, but I guess we'll tie them up at the reunion, and that's what we do, right? So go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the Diva know you stopped by, okay? All right. So we see Teresa and Louis. So Louis is picking up Teresa. Louis gives me a young Joe Giudice. He gives me a young Italian dude. Like, he just gives me, Italian dude, like Louis. You know what I'm saying? Like, his name Louis or Paulie or Joey. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. So that's what he gives you. So, that other guy that the real estate agent wanted to hook Teresa up with, girl, no, not at all. If you put those two men together, you can see what she like. You obviously don't know your girlfriend, but these days, honey, it don't matter what they look like. But for some people, it does matter. For some people, they do want to have like a real genuine connection with the person, they're partnering with, right? So I thought it was really cute that she was talking to him kind of like in a baby talk. Did y'all hear that? I was like, listen, Teresa, are you in love, girl? I like your white shirt. Oh my girl. What girl? You like his white shirt? They went out to dinner. And, she was making comparisons between the men. And she said, Joe did not know how to act. And, Joe, he was on there from the very beginning. But I tell you, baby, they show those same 3 times where he called Teresa, see you next Tuesday, when he told her he was going to bash her face in or something like that. It's like 3 same clips they keep using for Joe Giudice. But anyways, she said Joe didn't know how to act, and Louis makes her laugh. He's a smart, successful entrepreneur. You could see he was kind of nervous, right? His face was very flushed. I was like, okay, Louis, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to that cameraman like this looking at you. You'll get used to it, bruh. Sometimes they get used to it and they get beside themselves. So, stay humble. So they were talking about how there's no compromises when it comes to the children. Like, if my kids didn't like you, it would have been a wrap. There's no way. She was like, if my children didn't like you, same thing. We wouldn't be nothing or whatever. I'm like, okay. So she says it's like a dream come true. I was really genuinely like warm when I was watching Teresa, because I feel like as much as Teresa gets on my nerves, I feel like everybody deserves that kind of, to feel that way in love. You know what I mean? And she says she hasn't been with anybody or, been in a relationship for 5 years or 4 years or something like that. So, it's time. She's one of those girls. But wait till we get to the end, because I can't believe what Melissa said that Teresa said. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. We'll get to it. Margaret is planning her Halloween party, baby. Fallon, take notes. Because, bitch, that's how you throw a motherfucking Halloween party. Do you hear me? Do you fucking hear me? That damn Halloween party, what looked like, it was amazing. I was like, this is a pandemic? Like, what are y'all doing? What's going on? That Margaret's house, she's trying to get the renovation done. She's, beating Joe over the head with a 2x4, telling him we need everything to get done. If you don't get all of this stuff done, we can't have no party, right? Or she said no birthday sex. That's what she actually said, Margaret. So Joe and Melissa, they're having a conversation. It was cute because the kids were in the phones and stuff like that. And they were like, can you guys just get off the phone for 2 hours? They were looking like 2 hours. See, that's what happens. You got to wait until high school. My son and I are going back and forth about phones. I'm kind of easing him into it because I told him he could have a cell phone in high school. And so he'll be going to high school soon. And yes. Can you believe it, girl? Yes. So he'll be going to high school soon, so I told him he could have a phone, but it's like that. That's one thing that I don't want to have to worry about is, phone time. So like in our home, electronics go down at 7:00, right? Do I abide by the rule? Not really, but they need to, because I know how to. I could say my phone tells me something different. Look, I'm stuttering. My phone tells me something different, but I usually don't do the 7:00. But for them, they do the 7:00. Take the phones down, no electronics, turn all the phones off, PS4, all of that shit down at 7:00. And so that's something that I don't want to get to where I'm like, can you get off the phone for 2 hours? They looking at her like, girl, yeah, right. So anyways, Melissa and Joe are having this conversation about Melissa doing all this work. And she says, while you were going after your personal success, you wanted to build an empire. I was home. I raised your children. Now it's my time. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why men don't get that. Number one, I think it's just like this, just based in insecurity. But number two, I honestly think that marriages should work like contracts, like real contracts. Like, okay, after 10 years of marriage, we're going to come back and renegotiate our terms and conditions as a marriage. Because when you first get married, in 20 years, you're not the same. And there's no way that you can expect a woman to operate like that for her whole life in these times where she doesn't have to depend on you, And I don't know. I don't understand. I just don't get it. She was like, I don't want to argue about this. It's been 16 years and it's my turn. And I'm like, Melissa, like, I don't know. I feel bad for her. But I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, so Bill and Jennifer, it's their anniversary, and the little girl, I can't remember her name, with her red lipstick on and her wedges, honey. She's about 9 years old, and she was like, it's so funny because Jennifer's like, girl, look at your heels. She got these little wedge shoes on. And she got her little red lipstick on her. Her hair is done. She is so cute, that little girl. So anyways, the little girl planned it. She basically said, since, we're all here because you guys got together, we want to have a nice dinner with mommy and daddy. So they all get dressed up. It was so cute. They all get dressed up, but the oldest daughter is not there because she is studying for something. So Bill's like, okay, I get it. She has to study. So they're all sitting around the table. They're trying to have the kids trying to eat gourmet food, and Jennifer's like, you waste money when you try to give kids gourmet food. They looking at it like, what is that? What is that supposed to do? So they are telling their kids about their arrangement and how they, got together and this and that, and how he was a broke med student and she didn't get a ring at first and this and that. Did he say she didn't get a ring at first? I can't remember. But I thought it was cute because they were talking about, the history of their relationship. I think it's so cute when parents share with their children how they met each other. Anyways, so he says he kind of reenacted how he proposed to Jennifer. He gets down on one knee and he opens this box, baby. When I tell you it was a 9-carat yellow diamond in there, she was like, no fucking way. I said, that's what I'm talking about, girl. That's what I'm talking about. The only bill, what did Bill say? The only bill she's worried about is me. I said, I know that's right, Bill. So she got that big ass yellow diamond. It was beautiful. It was really nice. I was like, okay, Bill. So Jennifer, that was a really cute scene. We get to Dolores and Frank, right? They are doing renovations and Frank is in there hollering and screaming at the guys that he's working with, right? He's hollering and she was like, see, that's why we couldn't be together. We couldn't stay. You always barking at people, yelling at people and things like that. And she tells us a little history about her and Frank. And some of us already know that he's very traditional and he was bringing home the bacon. And he felt like when he got home, he didn't have to do nothing. He didn't have to do a motherfucking thing. And he was cheating on Dolores too. So Dolores is like, you know, the way that I was raised, the world revolved around the man. And it's a lot of girls are just socialized like that. And it's so sad. It's really, really sad, you know, and it's such a great thing to see people come out of that. Like, hold up, this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And no, for real. And, you know, I want to get to the part where I heard Melissa say that Teresa said something to her. She said, I wasn't financially independent. She says, with David, there's a peace that I have with him that I do not want to give up. When I tell you, I felt that in my spirit, honey. When somebody, let me tell you something. When a person brings you peace and sanctuary, and you feel safe in the armor of the world, you could take it off when you're with them, and you don't have to worry about nothing. That's priceless, and it's more valuable than marriage. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all say. Peace is more valuable than marriage. Do you understand me? So I felt that when she said that, because no one wants to feel like when they come home, the armor that they had on outside, they need to keep it on. And at home, it's a battlefield. No, I want to drop my armor at the door and I want to come in and not feel like I need to have anything, like I'm just vulnerable. The way that Margaret speaks about Joe as well. I love to see it. I love to see it. I love to see it. And you don't have to be married to achieve that, you know? So I'm here for it. She says she doesn't understand why the women don't understand that, because you are in a friend group of traditional women who have been socialized to believe that there's no autonomy, there's no me without him. And they really operate like that. And it's so, when I see women acting like that, it's so disheartening. I don't know whether to call you stupid or to feel sorry for you, because it's the way you're socialized, and part of it you really can't help it. It's something that you really have to unlearn or be thrust out of, like Teresa. Because if that didn't happen with Teresa and Joe Giudice, she would still be with him, miserable. And what Dolores did is like, listen, I don't have to deal with this. I can go find a man who is a doctor. He can build me houses. He can buy me cars. I don't have to be married to him for him to be doing all that. And he brings me peace. Girl, please. Y'all can keep it. Y'all can keep that other stuff. So she's like, she's at her wit's end with the judgments of the relationship. And, you know, Frank is like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. That's how it goes, right? If it's not broke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's how it's like, if it's not broke, that don't sound right. But anyways, so that was the end of their little scene or whatever. Teresa's in the kitchen with her daughters making apple pies from the apples that she got at the orchard. That apple pie was looking really good. It was looking all cinnamony and sugary and stuff. It was looking good. I wonder how they came out. I was wondering, my greedy ass, I was like, I wonder how those pies came out. After she set them on the windowsill. I can't wait till they get out of that dungeon of a house. That house is so gloomy. It is so, I can't wait to see Teresa's new house. Maybe we'll see it in the next season. So she said that the dad, Joe Giudice, he texted her, right? And she was like, she was mad at him because of something he said on Wendy Williams. I don't know why he was on Wendy Williams, but I guess, whatever. Has Apollo ever been on Wendy Williams? I'm trying to think. Has Peter ever been on Wendy? Why is Joe on Wendy Williams? Anyways, on Wendy Williams, he mentions a girlfriend or something like that. And so Teresa talks about how she wants to take it slow with Louis. And Melania's over there, do whatever makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? And I love Melania. Melania has always been, I wonder if Melania is an air sign. She gives me very much Aquarius. What is Melania Giudice's sign? Melania Giudice. It just says born 2006. She's 15 years old. It doesn't say when her birthday is. I probably have to go look at like something Teresa said or something. I don't know. Yeah, it just says Teresa Giudice's daughter, but it just says 15. But I feel like she gives me Aquarius or air sign. She's just very like, she's always been like that since she was little, just talking, just saying cute little crazy shit that kids say, like, girl, what? So Melania tells her mom, as long as you're happy, right? And then she's like, I just want, based on what I've been through, I just need to make sure it's safe to make room for somebody else, and I'm a little scared of doing that. So, and in that moment, Teresa looked very serious about, talking. So, I'm here for it. So Jennifer, they're doing their Halloween costumes, right? Jennifer doesn't know if she wants to be Madonna or J-Lo. She ends up being J-Lo. She said she was ready to get turned up, honey. She was ready to get turned up. I said, Jennifer? She was like, I'm ready to turn up. Baby, did she turn up or did she turn? I said, she told y'all she wanted to turn up. She told y'all she wanted to turn up. She did. Frank is going to be Joe Exotic. That was funny. That was a funny costume. Joe and Melissa were a mermaid and a merman. Girl, hang it up. Hang it. Throw it away, as a matter of fact. Don't put it up. Throw that shit away. Jackie and Evan were Sonny and Cher, which was cute. And then Jennifer and Bill were J-Lo. Well, she ended up being Jennifer Lopez in her Versace outfit when she was with Puffy. And Bill was Prince. So at Margaret's house, it's the Halloween party. Before that, Teresa tells Joe, let's have a good night, because you know that Margaret is still kind of, Margaret and Dolores and all of them, they're still kind of mad at you for what you did to Dolores the other night. He was like, listen, I've known Dolores forever. That's not an excuse for you to talk to her like shit, though, in like around other people who are not your family and who don't know her situation. And you could just really prop her up to be judged like that. I would have been mad if I was Dolores too. Now that's a Halloween party. You saw a little coronavirus Halloween costume. All the cute costumes. There were a lot of cute costumes in there. Margaret and Dolores go and have a conversation. And she was like, I was really mad that someone took a poll of like, raise your hand if you think, I didn't like that at all. Margaret said, and I was offended for you. Like, and Margaret was really going to bat for Dolores that night. She was like, I've known Joe for a long time. She said, that does not matter. He does not get a pass for behaving like that. I don't give a damn how long you've known him. That's the thing. It's like you got to let them know, and Bill let the men know. You got to listen. That's it. You got to listen. And he was like, you're just drunk. Shut up. And he was like, okay, whatever. I thought it was funny because Dolores was a reconstructive surgery patient. I don't know if you're going to call it plastic surgery, but she had, the markings on her face and blood all over her place. But you saw her butt, and it was funny when her and Jackie were standing next to each other, and Jackie was like, we look like the before and after, because, Jackie don't have no ass. Nass at all. You know where Nassau is from? Put it in the comments if you know where it's from. Teresa was so cute. She was like, she kept saying, I'm cotton candy. At first I thought she was a unicorn, because I was like, oh, look at Teresa with a unicorn, but she had it was a little cotton candy, handle sticking out her head. Her makeup was really cute. It was really cute. Her costume was really cute too. So Margaret goes, where's your date or whatever? And she was like, oh, listen, we're taking it slow and this and that. And, so just chill with asking me where he is and this and that. Jennifer is drunk boots. Do you hear me? She is over there stuffing pigs in a sausage in her mouth. She's just dropping plates on the floor. And Bill told her before they got there she could only have 2 drinks. And she was looking at him like, count on that. So she was getting drunk. Margaret was like getting annoyed. Of course, Margaret cannot stand it. She was getting annoyed. She's over there dropping plates and stuff. She was upset. So Margaret did this passive aggressive ass speech for Joe, her husband, but was really kind of directing it at Joe Giudice and Melissa's situation. And she was like, I love you. You're always supportive. You let me be who I am. You are this. She's just laying it on thick. And Joe Gorga is over there looking like, she's talking she's talking about me. He was not having it. He was like feeling uncomfortable. You could tell, because it really is. It's like you're really going hard to kind of keep Melissa from like decentering you, right? She's not saying she doesn't love you. She's not doing it. Just don't forget about me. That's not even how she was raised. She's not going to forget about you. Just because she wants to build herself up doesn't mean that diminishes you. Like, that's so weird. You let me be independent. You supported me. Somebody was like, hey, fairy, to Teresa. She says, I'm cotton candy. So Joe approaches Margaret about her little toast to Joe, her little Gomez. She says, you were chauvinistic. You said some things that were out of order. You called that woman broken. And it was all about her and being with a man. And that's not how we are operating these days, Joe. The shit is old. It's tired. It's through. It's old school. It's traditional. But it doesn't benefit women. And they are realizing that slowly but surely. Dolores is already on that train. She's like, bitch, catch up. Teresa is on that train too. Hopefully. The way I don't know. I can't read Louis yet. I don't know. I haven't really. I need to see him a little bit more. Because for me, at the dinner table, he was giving representative, right? He got a camera on him. He was giving that, right? But so we got to see him kind of like not knowing the cameras are there. When he gets used to the cameras, we'll say that. He was like, I'm not chauvinistic and this and that. So Teresa and Dolores are over there on the other end of the party. And Teresa and Dolores Dolores was telling Teresa, girl, don't let them in your relationship. Don't let them know about nothing. Handle your relationship how you want to handle your relationship. Take your time. Do whatever you need to do. So Joe comes over there like, what are you guys arguing about? What's the problem? Because everybody's having their little side conversation. And he's telling Margaret, I've known Dolores since I was 5 years old. She's like my sister. Yes, she's like your sister, but that Teresa would have been pissed off if you did some shit like that to her in front of those people. You know what I'm saying? You think that because a woman is not with a man, that somehow they're broken. And it's like, that's not it, Joe. And then Joe is upset because I said he was chauvinistic. Now, this is Melissa, Teresa, and Dolores talking now, right? And Margaret is, Melissa comes over to where Joe is and is like, what are you guys talking about, right? Now, this is Melissa going over to Teresa and Dolores having this conversation. And she's like, she did what she needs to unlearn doing, right? However, that is her husband, so don't be talking about my man like that in a party, the same way you were doing Dolores. You didn't like it, right? Now, everybody's around the party in pockets talking about Joe the way he talked to Dolores. You were kind of the one that was more vocal about her getting a ring and this and that at the party, and now you're like, I'm getting the brunt of it because my husband did this. Nobody is even talking to you. You feel bad because your husband is chauvinistic and people are calling him out. And what do you look like being with a chauvinistic man? You look like a traditional Italian American girl who got with a man very, very young and is trying to unlearn these behaviors. But you're kind of conflating that all of the behaviors that you're trying to unlearn. You're kind of telling Dolores the same thing that Joe is saying, but you're just saying it from a woman's perspective. You're making it seem like she's not valuable unless she has a ring. Your husband is saying the same thing. So maybe you are taking offense to it because you see, like, damn, I'm kind of operating the same way as he is, and what he's doing is harmful to women. I mean, it's not beneficial. I won't say harmful. It's harmful, but I don't want to use that in this context. Bill is talking to the husbands and telling them, you just got to listen to the women. If they're telling you that you are being insensitive, you have to listen. And that's just what it is. Dolores tells Melissa, don't lose your voice. Like, girl, whatever you do, I see what you're going through. I've been there. The only thing Dolores didn't say it, but the only thing you're not dealing with is infidelity. But what Joe is, I know what it's like. I know what it's like. And she's like, I know what's going on. I just don't want to hear you guys say it. So now you want somebody to understand where you're coming from when you really busted Dolores out at a dinner party in front of everybody. You, Melissa, you. And now you don't want nobody talking to you about what's going on in your household because you kind of feel kind of stupid, I think. I think you feel kind of stupid. She was like, give me a break. Don't judge my relationship. Oh, like you were judging Dolores' relationship. Okay, girl. Joe comes up. Melissa tells him to apologize to Dolores. Does he apologize? I don't know if he apologized. She was like, I don't need it or whatever. Like, I already kind of, whatever. Nothing's wrong. We're not going to not be family anymore. It's just, I didn't like what you said to me, and we'll get past it. She was like, I just think you think because I'm independent that I'm not happy, and like my happiness, I know a lot of people like that, and you think that it's women who operate. Men operate from that space too because it benefits them. So it benefits me to tell you or make you feel like, you need a man, girl. You need a man. I think men use it in the same way, and they use it against women. They kind of weaponize themselves to say, if you don't have me, somehow you're miserable. If you don't have dick, somehow you're upset or you're bitter or something. How many times have you heard people say that a woman's attitude can be adjusted with some dick? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? So men operate from the same way and women operate from the same way. Melissa is trying to unlearn some things. She wants to be independent. At the same time, she's holding those same traditional standards and trying to apply them to Dolores' relationship. So while she knows that her husband is being misogynistic, you also, not misogynistic, chauvinistic, you also operate from the same space, Melissa. That's what I'm trying to say. She was like, it's going to be a long ride home because I know that Joe is going to be going off on her. This is Dolores. And now Melissa and Joe are off to the side. They walk away. And she was like, even Teresa said she wouldn't go back to this. I said, oh, bitch, what did she just say to him? He said, go back to what? What, this traditional shit? It doesn't benefit anybody. Look how your brother-in-law, your ex-brother-in-law treated your sister. You're not as bad, but nigga, you not the best. And when I heard Melissa say that to him, like, even Teresa said she don't want to go back to that shit. She don't want to go back to that traditional shit where you got to be in a relationship and be miserable. She don't want to be like Jennifer's mother. 48 years. Misery. Oh my God. Girl, no. It's not worth it. I would rather have peace than to be with somebody like Joe. Keep your man happy. Old school. Keep your man happy. He was like, if it was really like that, you would never leave the house. For you to even say that out your mouth when we are actually charging our cars at electric stations, and you're saying if it was really traditional, you shouldn't have even said that out of your mouth. I was like, this is crazy. She was like, this is exhausting. I'm exhausted. I want to give up. And they were like, when somebody gives up, it's over. Then we see Teresa on the phone. It ends, right? It gives all of their little stories or whatever. And then it ends. And then you see Teresa on the phone with Louis. And the producer asked, what are your intentions with Teresa? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna make things work. I'm gonna be with her until her boobs sag to the floor. And she started laughing. Teresa looks happy. So shout out to Teresa. Shout out to New Love. I'm glad she's not trying to get with somebody's husband. All right, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. I felt like that video was so fucking long. Okay. All right, peace.